POSH Act makes it mandatory for organizations to draft and disseminate an organizational POSH policy that explains the organization's stand against sexual harassment. Not having a POSH policy can attract penalty. When drafting an organization's POSH policy, it is not possible to have a one-size-fits-all approach, as the organizational structure and culture vary for each organization and industry. However, you can make sure that the following points are covered in the POSH policy. Definition of sexual harassment. The message that the organization has a zero-tolerance policy towards any act of sexual harassment. Scope and applicability of the policy. Complaining mechanism and the contact details of internal committee members. Redressal process, formal and informal. Rights of and the protection provided to the complainant, respondent, and witnesses in a sexual harassment complaint. Responsibility of the employer and employees in ensuring safety within the workplace. One common question that is asked about the POSH policy is, can the POSH policy be gender neutral? The answer is yes. Though the POSH Act protects only women against sexual harassment, organizations can still have a gender-neutral policy that allows employee of any gender to file complaint of sexual harassment with the IC. However, you must keep in mind that the powers granted to the internal committee will not be applicable when they are handling complaints from other genders. When the internal committee handles cases filed by a man or third gender, they can use the powers granted by the organization's grievance redressal mechanism. On the other hand, if the organization's policy is not gender neutral, the policy can include information about how it handles complaints from other genders. For example, a line that says, "Refer to the Code of Conduct policy to know the process of accepting and redressing sexual harassment complaints by other genders," can be included. When drafting the policy, employers should make sure that the policy is drafted in a simple language that can be understood by all employees. There is no ambiguity and important terms are elaborated. The policy is approved by a POSH expert or legal professional. It is easy for employees to access the POSH policy. Do you want to draft a POSH policy for your organization? Drafting POSH policy is now simpler. eLearnPOSH has introduced an intuitive POSH policy drafting tool that makes it very easy for you to create the POSH policy. For more information, write to contact@elearnposh.com or give us a call.